Tune-up King, His Majesty, Jaron Ennis has commanded the fight between Lemma and Ennis. And I don't care if Lemma's number 1, number 2, number 4, the greatest up-and-coming talent, no contenders like him, he's one of one. I don't care. Whatever he is, this is just not the fight we wanted. Tune-up fight. We understood you're scared of the competition. You're not ready to fight anybody real. That's fine. They already offered you Virgil Ortiz. You ducked them. We understand you're the duck of the century. But Lemma, I haven't heard a peep, a whisper, just not even an utterance of his name, Lemma, in the super welterweight division. I haven't heard a whisper of his name, but for some reason, he's the one for the Ennis fight. And the reason this Ennis fight is put on such a pedestal is because this is like one of the few names in boxing that people actually speak about. He's a household name. He's one of those guys that could carry boxing into the pinnacle of sports in general. And then he wastes this opportunity because they only fight every 4 months. He wastes this once in a quarter opportunity to fight Lemma. You could have picked out Boachuk, who many believe that overcame and reigned supreme over Virgil Ortiz. You could have picked that name. Boachuk, he's an exciting fighter, obviously, but he just throws non-stop punches. He's just constantly throwing. So if you could have gotten a name that we actually heard once in our lifetimes, that would have been a miracle. But instead, you bring this curse, this evil wickedness, Lemma. Nobody watches these videos. He's not watching. This evil wicked, you bring terror upon our kingdom. Tune-up King Jaron Ennis, you bring terror upon us. What makes a man make this decision? Because if, from at least my point of view, he moved to 154 because nobody cared about Jaron Chizukian fights. Nobody cared about Stanley Ennis. We wanted to see him fight, I guess, some Brian Norman, but ultimately at 154, Bud Crawford, Virgil Ortiz, you had all these other guys at higher weight divisions that we wanted to see him go against. And instead, he chose Chizuka, and it wasn't really his choice, but he didn't want to pay Brian Norman Jr. his fair share of the pie. There was a mandatory payment. He wanted the mandatory payment to be out of Brian Norman Jr.'s pockets. So that fight fell through. But Brian was open after the Sasaki fight, but he chooses to move to 154. But he unifies after Karen, and people are just unsatisfied that I guess he got hit too much or some shit. It wasn't the smooth, slick, untouchable Jaron Ennis that people normally see in the ring. So there was just questions surrounding his name over is he falling off at the age of 26, 27, which is the most retarded thing ever. But there was questions about his skill level, whether it was rising or falling. So he goes to move up to 154, but at 154, Turki Al-Sheikh lays out his dirty laundry that he doesn't actually want to fight anybody. He wants to fight Lemma. So it's just weird that this is the move that their team decides to make. You have fans unsatisfied with the level of competition, and then your performance, and then you go fight a name that nobody's ever heard of. Because I've been keeping track. The super welterweight division is on one right now. Everybody's paying attention to them. We just saw what my boy Sebastian Fedora can do. We're watching this division closely. I haven't heard a single peep, a single tweet of Lima in my life. He just pulled this out of his ass. Somewhere, somehow, this man has appeared at the top of the rankings. Maybe I'm just not tuned in that much, but he just pulls this random dude. He just grabs him out of the taxi cab. You're fighting Boots, Ennis! And now we're stuck with this fight. I don't know. It is what it is. It is what it is.